log off. Hey, it's Morgan and
Riley.
So today we're going to be making homemade lava cakes. Now, I've seen this little recipe on Pinterest, and I look for a lot of recipes on there actually, and it looked really easy but like really good. We pretty much had all the ingredients. It looked really good. So we're going to be trying to make that.
And yes, we will eat it at the end.
And rate it out of 10, so that if you want to make it as well. And we will go through the recipe with you. I will have it at the end of the video, and we will do a run through it of it as well. But yeah, the one thing I would say is there's like raisin flour, I think, self-raising flour, which you have to, I think you can buy, but I think you can also make. It's different from normal flour. So you have to make it separately, which we will be showing and doing as well, because we don't have self-raising flour. But yeah, let's just get into it.
Let's get into it.
Okay, so this is where we're going to be cooking, and we have all of our supplies out and things like that. So, like we said, we are going to be making the self-raising flour first, since we don't have anything for that. So we need a bowl, obviously, measuring supplies, our recipe, salt, baking powder, and flour. So those are like the three main ingredients for this recipe. So yes, so we need to start with 1 cup of flour. So actually I need to get the cup thing. Okay, and then the cup measure. So we need 1 cup of flour. So this is the cup size. And you want to be really careful because it can sometimes like poof up a little bit.
And sometimes you just want to smooth it with your hand.
Yeah, you want to get it as exact as possible because the flour is really important. And we're actually making like way too much, but we will save some for if we need it another time, which is always good. Now we need 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Let's get that. And you want to be as precise as possible with this as well. Okay. 1/4 teaspoon of salt.
And this is for like the brownie part. So this, just pretend this isn't here.
So that's some salt. So that's how you make that.
Now we stir it.
Yeah, so now you need to mix it really well. And you just want to combine them. You don't need to mix it for like 5 minutes, not even 2 minutes actually. Just make sure they're combined. Just like that. Okay? And then this is your self-raising flour. If you don't have anything, because it's different from normal flour. So you have to be really mindful of that. So yes, let us just put this stuff away real quick. Okay, so we just recently made our raising flour in this bowl. A lot more than we're actually gonna need, but we can save it for later. So we have some salt, we just used it. Some vanilla extract. You're supposed to use milk, but we didn't have milk. So we're gonna use chocolate milk and hopefully see how that works. You actually need chocolate. So these are from Easter. Some cocoa powder. And this
Veggie oil.
Veggie oil. This is canola oil. I wasn't sure if that's the same, really obviously it's not the same thing, but hopefully it'll work out fine. And then sugar. So other things you're gonna need is measuring supplies. Probably a measuring cup if you have one.
2 mugs, same size.
Yeah, 2 mugs, the same size, if you're making 2.
Yeah.
And then 2 stirring utensils. So what we're gonna do is first we're gonna put 3 tablespoons of this self-raising flour into our mugs. 3. Now this is a lot of flour, but I'm just trusting the
Raising flour.
Yeah, this is a lot of raising flour, but I'm pretty sure it'll work out fine. Hopefully.
Yeah, just smooth it out with your hand. It's such kind of satisfying doing that.
Yeah. Okay, now you need 3 of those. Okay, so we just put our self-raising flour in. Now we need 2 tablespoons of cocoa. Okay? And when I say 2 in like cocoa, I mean in each. Just like that. Put the lid on things, otherwise.
Remember that time that she didn't put the lid on the food coloring?
Oh yeah, in the
That was
slime
so
video,
funny.
I did.
And then you always put the lid back on.
Yeah.
And then you need a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So yes, the salt, 1/4 teaspoon. And if your station is getting a little messy, like that's supposed to happen, just when you're using flour and really dry ingredients, it's totally normal. Now I need 2 tablespoons of sugar. So the sugar is right here. Actually, I might need to refill this sometime. I'm just gonna move this. Yeah, so we just did the sugar. Now we're gonna use forks to stir it. I think you can stir it.
Okay.
I think
Let's do
you
it.
can pretty much use whatever, but forks usually just work the best. Just gets all the lumps out. And it doesn't have to be perfect, but you want to make sure they're all mixed together. Just like that. Just like that. Okay? So now is gonna be the harder part because these are the liquids. So we need 2 tablespoons of veggie oil. I'm not sure if canola oil will work, but that's what we have, so we're just gonna use that.
And make sure you have adult supervision, but we don't, so.
Well, it's fine if you don't, but it would be easier to do this if you're a little bit younger than us with an adult, just because the measuring is pretty hard.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do it for Riley because her hands are littler. It's harder for her. So now we need to do our milk, or chocolate milk in our case.
Milk.
We need 3 tablespoons of milk. Okay.
And if you have milk, totally go with milk, because I
Yeah.
think milk is better. Because that was what was in the recipe. And to warn you, the milk comes out really fast if you just got the milk.
Yeah, you want to be really careful with the liquids because they come out really fast.
Yeah. There you go.
So the milk is done. So now we just need the vanilla and chocolate. So this is sort of where you can get creative.
Yeah.
So vanilla you want to be really careful with. You just want to do the tiniest little drop. You don't want to put like a whole bunch of in. You really just want to go boop. Just almost just like when you're putting in food coloring, because food coloring does a lot, okay? And then the next step would be chocolates, but we're gonna mix it first.
Yeah, let's do it.
And this is where you really mix it. Mix it super good. Super, super good. As good as you
It's
can.
kind of starting to get kind of like brownie-ish.
Yeah, it'll start to get thicker and more like cake mix. But you just wanna, it might take us a little while to unravel some of these, but you're just gonna want to do like 3 maybe?
So we'll fast forward this part so that you don't have to watch us unwrapping these super slowly.
Okay, so we have our chocolates. You just want 3. You don't want too much.
Yum.
And you're just gonna drop them into the middle. And you're gonna cover them in the batter. You're just gonna push them down a little bit. Okay, now this is the hard part because you need a microwaver for this. So we're gonna go put this in the microwave real quick. Okay, so just put it in for 1 minute. Make sure you don't have the lid on. Some microwaves come with that. And also make sure that your cup is microwavable. That's really important. Just gonna hit the start button and just wait. Okay, so they just came out of the the microwave, this is what they should look like.
Yeah, they look hot.
And yeah, they're gonna be really hot, but hopefully that's okay. So the chocolates will probably be in the middle, and I actually recommend like caramel or Nutella ones. Those ones would be really good in this because they melt. But yeah, let's just try it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, guys, this is so good. I'm not even kidding.
Hot.
And once you get into the middle with the chocolates, oh my gosh.
Let it cool down a little bit though.
Yeah, let it cool down. It's super hot.
And if you're not patient enough like me, and that you don't want to wait for it to cool down, just take the sides. Yeah, take the sides.
I'm guessing this is a 10 out of 10.
We said we were gonna rate them, and actually, I would rate this a 9 out of 10. Not that it's like really bad or anything, but it is very hot, and I guess that's not really the recipe's fault. But it was super messy, and it did take a little while, but it's really good, and it used a lot of things, but it's so good. This is probably one of the best mug cakes I've ever had. So yeah, that was us making lava or mug cakes, whatever you want to call them. So good. Definitely need to try them. I put some of the recipe things on when I would say them, so that is gonna help too. But yeah, see you guys next time.
Bye!